There we go. I think I might be screwing this up just a little bit because I can't see what's happening. Oh, come on. Take me to it. There we go. Now I can see what's happening. 1 second, guys. Hello, everyone. I hope you can all hear me. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week for me, honestly. Actually, it's been a crazy 2 weeks. But is what it is. Honestly, we've got a little bit to talk about, and honestly, I need to make some apologies. So let's go ahead and kick into the camera real quick. Let's pause this music. Yeah, so ignore the background. There's a bloody mess going on right now. It's pretty bad, honestly. I keep forgetting the camera's right there, idiot. Camera's right there, camera's right there. They gotta be smart about it, but whatever. I'm trying 60 frames a second at 1080p. Let's see how that goes. I hope it isn't any glitching or anything. Because I've had issues in the past because I'm dependent on Wi-Fi at the moment. And I'm just using that ring right there because, like I said, I haven't finished setting everything up. But I'm still figuring out how to do the drumming stuff. But anyhow, we go ahead and pause this music, honestly. So I'll bring that back up later. Let's start it. So that way, really use a bathroom break or anything. I can just play the music. So, anyhow, for all those who are not aware, I have been let go as the editor of the Ravencast. That is due to recent events that sparked out as if. I appreciate it, RJ. Hey, Ashley. I appreciate that. The New World Order of the Den of Tims. Well, I would use that song. I would. But I don't feel like getting struck down by WWE. I don't feel like it. Not tonight. Or in general, I should say, I'm not interested. Anyhow, I I fucked up. I'm gonna be dead honest. I fucked up. Granted, the story is that one of my co-founders of my channel, I should say my Discord stuff, me and him got in a huge fight that spilled out on multiple Discords. There's witnesses to it. And I let my feelings run wild. And I'm saying a lot. And because I'm trying to make sure I'm remembering everything correctly. I said some things that I should not have said. I threatened people's lives that I should not have threatened because they were innocent. They had nothing to do with it. And I let my anger get the best of me. And that was totally my fault. There's no excuse for it. I shouldn't have let my anger get the best of me. And to them, I'm going to name them. That would be Nif, because I'm not calling you what you call yourself, because I don't feel like getting labeled as some kind of weird Nazi thing. I'm just going to call you Nif. His wife, Shiro, and Triton. I sincerely apologize for what I said to you and how I acted. That was inappropriate, and I should have known better. Yes, Irish did make some horrible comments about my dad and my mother, but that was not your guys' fault, and I shouldn't have taken it out on you. To that, I apologize. Well, if it means anything to you, I apologize. Sorry, I haven't eaten dinner. I've been so busy that I legitimately have not had time to eat dinner. So, like I said, again, hopefully everyone can hear me and you heard that apology. It is what it is now. I'm going to be moving forward with my channel. Hopefully they'll move forward, and well, hopefully their trying to continue with his success. Hopefully I've laid out the foundation for his continued success. I'm still very proud of that thumbnail. Yes, I do got milk. Not much more though. But that's the truth. That's the short version of the story. But that's but it is still, I threaten people I shouldn't have threatened. I'm gonna fix the camera real quick, just so that way because it's like very off-centered, and oh god, now maybe if I stop fucking up real quick, there we go, and just do this real quick. Fuck! Click the wrong button. Well, there we go. So now that I fucked all that up, yeah, these live streams turned out really good so far. As far as the video, I hadn't seen any glitching or anything that. I was worried about like the frame skipping, frame dropping, because I've had that issue, but I'm glad now that that's not a problem. So with that, I'm currently retooling the Discord, so if you don't see it on the Patreon, that's why, is I'm retooling it and cleaning out the drama, and really gonna take a little time off to recenter myself on why I started that Discord server to begin with, and I'm gonna keep moving on. For those of you who stayed to my channel, who subscribed, I appreciate it. Oh, no, milk, damn it. I hope you stick around and enjoy the show, because I'm going to do a little bit of reacting tonight, because like the title says, it's Epic or Trash Live. And yeah, and I posted about it earlier on one of the other Discord servers of a video. That's the idea. A fresh start. It is what it is. There's nothing more I can do about it. And they got my apology now. If they want to accept it, they can accept it. If they don't want to accept it, they don't have to accept it. I'm not going to demand that any of them apologize for what Irish did, and I'm not going to demand that Irish apologize for what he did. It is what it is. like I said, ignore the mess. And yeah, I've got a giant mess of clothes right now. And I'm going through and sorting out stuff, figuring out what fits me and what doesn't fit me, because I realized I've grown a size. And, man, clothes are fucking expensive these days. Yeah, I remember when you could get a halfway decent outfit for not a lot of money. Nowadays, good luck getting a halfway decent shirt. So that's what happened. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get the show on the road, because I've already delayed it long enough. Yeah, and like I said, this is a totally new streaming setup thing that I'm doing. Eventually, I'm going to get that monitor that's sitting in front of my drum kit, and I'm going to figure out a way where I can transport it back and forth. So instead of having to rely on my iPad as a monitor, I could have the live stream thing sitting on the monitor, like over here, and then so I could just take like a quick glance every once in a while and look, instead of being dependent on using my iPad as a monitor, because it does eat up some of the Wi-Fi bandwidth. And I know I'm totally screwing with my phone because it's trying to see me. Now I got a haloing effect. Amy. There we go. I mean, it was good. Yeah, I was roll with that. So, without much further ado, I don't know why I sound. I got it. Oh, perfect. Making sure I sound halfway decent. Let's go ahead and let's get right into reacting to some content. Like I posted earlier, I think I posted on Facebook, I could be wrong, but this is the video I'm going to be reacting to. I love this lawyer. He's fucking hysterical. I've been wanting to react to his content for a while. I've just never really found anyone that wanted to react to it. So I decided, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to do an epic or trash by myself on it. Because I really love his product. His son is a fucking fantastic production worker and designer. I would love to get in contact with him and pick up a few tips about that. His dad is hysterical. He is just absolutely hysterical. You know, he's one of the most sarcastic lawyers I ever met, and one of the funniest lawyers I ever met. I'm gonna kick on this fan over here. So, without much further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let's start the video.
Your dad's money on porn. That's the crux of this video.
Entirety of his father's life savings that he had saved up from working as a pharmacist for over 30 years was gone. He had spent $60,000 from his brother's credit card and had also taken a $65,000 loan out on the house. When his
What a asshole! I mean, hey!
Like, he'd try and use things and word things to make me feel guilty so that I would...
Yeah, son, I really hate that you spent $275,000 on a fake girlfriend. And now I got nothing to retire on?
You know, I mean, it's not what it used to be, is all I can say.
It's now that I've killed my financial source, it's really, you know, it just, the sparks just aren't there.
What do I like to do? I like to watch anime.
What is it?
What kind of anime? Hentai?
one of the conditions was that he cease all
Like I told you, it's fucking hysterical. No, it's not Nick Rekieta. It's not Nick Rekieta. His name is Bruce Rivers. That's his name, and he's a Minnesota lawyer. Funny enough, yeah. Funny enough, he is a Minnesota lawyer, and Nick Rekieta is actually in Minnesota. Legitimately, if Nick was smart, he would get this guy to be his lawyer. Because I think it was Papa Gut that talked about it. No, it was Kino Casino. Excuse me, it was Kino Casino that talked about it, and Ash said that if if he was smart, he would get him. And the reason why he would get him is because he knows all the prosecutors, he knows all the judges. He has had, like, I think, like 20 years somehow experience in practicing law. And he's a board certified criminal defense lawyer. So he's on the board of the Minnesota's defense attorneys. So he's got a lot backing him. And he's got a massive platform like Nick Rekieta had. So he could easily help Nick Rekieta out if Nick was smart. Which, from what I understand, I believe he's choosing to try it himself. Which, what was the phrase that Abraham Lincoln used? Was that a client who protects himself by a client that portrays himself as a lawyer or something like? What was that quote? What was it? A client's lawyer is a fool's. Well, it was like a lawyer. You're a fool if you choose to be a lawyer. You choose to represent yourself in law. I forget what the phrase is, and I used to remember it, but now I can't for some weird reason. Whatever, doesn't really matter. Let's go. Let's continue on with the video, shall we?
With Sylvia immediately,
But she loves me. She loves me. Grant should have been punched in the f***ing throat.
Damn.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, and guess
that's fucking hysterical right there. Grant should have been punched in the fucking throat. Damn. Not holding back. Nope, not holding back. He's just like, I want to punch this man right in the fucking throat. Woo! That. Damn. So, anyhow, let's continue on.
I am your personal board certified criminal defense lawyer to give you all the kind of content, and I actually do practice law. That's how I became board certified, trying cases. Today we're going to react to a JCS video that was recommended to us by Drew on the gram, and behind the camera as always is our content genius Michael Rivers, curator of all the content here on CLR, Criminal Lawyer Reacts. But before we get to that, this is brought to you by eForms.com. eForms.com is a very effective way to get something done that you need to get done so you don't have to hire a lawyer. Save your money. For example, my grandmother, she bought a crotch rocket. She's very fast on the motorcycle, but she doesn't really adhere to the safety protocols. But what she did was she bought one and she was able to use eForms.com to sign a bill of sale. The seller had that. So you go to eForms.com, and whether it's a bill of sale or power of attorney, we have power of attorney over grandma. So guess what? After she bought this motorcycle, we had to sell it again. So I did the eForms power of attorney with her, got that done. But then we had to sell the bike because grandma really can't ride a crotch rocket. She thinks she can. But anyway, if you need a document, like a business agreement, any kind of form, power of attorney, bill of sale, rental agreement, you don't pay a guy like me. You go to eForms.com. You can save yourself a ton of money. And guess what? Grandma, don't be buying motorcycles like that because grandma's not supposed to be riding. You can ride on the back. You can ride on the back of mine, Grandma. Okay? The title of this video,
Yeah, as you're gonna find that that's the kind of sales pitches he does for the kind of content that he makes, and he's fucking hysterical. That's why I let his infomercials play, because I'm always like, okay, what did Grandma do this time? I love the story of the fictitious grandma. I'm really hoping it's fictitious. I hope it's not a real story. I really hope that his grandma really didn't do that stuff. That would just be fucking his. I would feel bad. I'd still laugh, but I would feel bad about laughing. I believe he got this beard after he came back from Alaska, and it was interesting. But his whole motto is on like the hat you see right there. It's called Stop Self Snitching, and his thing is that a lot of people snitch on themselves, like they tell on themselves, which is very much so true. I've seen that a lot. And in his particular instance, a lot of his cases were very hard to fight or win because his client either just about admitted to the crime or kind of moseyed around the possibility they may have committed the crime, which is like, well, you're just really screwing your lawyer, huh? Just really screwing your lawyer on that one, buddy. It is hysterical. So let's go ahead and get into the story because the title of the video is "Son Spends $275,000 of Dad's money," which was his savings. From understanding, it was his entire savings on a virtual girlfriend. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've never really had that good of luck when it comes to dating. But goddamn, I don't think I've ever fucking spent $275,000 on a virtual girlfriend. Virtual girlfriend. Woo! Man, them AI girlfriends, they get you off, man. I'm just saying. It's just, I guess it will make more sense because like I watched part of it and that's why I wanted to react to this because I didn't watch the full thing. I got like I think halfway through it, which is not part of it. It's halfway through. But anyhow, was this Review Tech USA use the money? No, it was, unfortunately, it was not. Well, excuse me. Technically speaking, I should say, fortunately, it was not Review Tech USA who did so. But I would have died laughing. I would have died laughing if it really was Review Tech. Oh God, that's hysterical.
JCS video. We love JCS, so make sure you give him some love.
JCS, by the way, means Jim can't swim.
$275,000 of Dad's money on virtual girlfriend. Let's just kind of, I haven't seen this, so grab some wine. It's a little bit longer one. So grab a little cocktail, grab a bowl of popcorn, and let's get to it.
In mid-2018, 29-year-old Grant was unemployed, living rent-free in his parents' guest house in the rural village of Chuliota, Florida. He had not once lived...
Okay.
Oh. I wonder, RJ, does that remind you of someone, though? Does that remind you of someone? I bet that reminds you of someone. I really do. He just lives in a different state. Oh, horrible. And, like the guy just looks horrible. I'm sorry, but he looks horrible. Like from that one little video that he showed, he looks horrible. Oh, I bet you're rolling in your chair the moment you heard all those details. By the way, those details get worse. It actually gets worse. Let's continue.
Rent-free in somebody's basement. Now, grandma's gets a pass, right? Because, she's grandma. But a young guy like that, I mean, no.
Lived on his own and had recently been kicked out of an anesthesiology school for lack of attendance and also fired from a job as a nurse for stealing medication.
He sounds like a catch, ladies.
It was around that time when he decided to experiment with the relatively new realm of online cam sites. These platforms differ from regular porn sites in that they are interactive. Instead of watching a pre-recorded video, users can solicit live performances from models in exchange for money. This allows it...
Dudes, do you know how much free porn...
Woo! Again, I have to ask you, RJ, does that remind you of someone? Does that remind you of someone? Not only that, but my thing is, in audience members, everyone that's watching, again, I appreciate you guys for showing up and hitting the like button. I hope you're hitting the share button as well and sharing it around. Quick plug, if you want your name to pop up on screen, shoot me a donation through Streamlabs, and you may just find yourself on an episode of Epic or Trash. But meantime, let's get back to the video. The thing for me is that I don't understand why guys are so addicted to cam girls. Like, I've known some people who did like that modeling stuff, is what I'm going to call it, to be more YouTube friendly. And I told him, I was like, I don't understand why anyone likes this, because it's like, it's not. I'm like, you're not physically interacting with the person. It's not like you could reach through the screen and touch them. You're staring at a screen or you're texting in the chat. And it's not like it's a one-on-one phone session with like your girlfriend, fiance, or wife or whatever. And it's just, I'm not advocating for prostitution, but I'm just saying I feel like prostitution's better than using virtual campsites. Again, for legal sake and for YouTube's sake, that's a joke. I'm not actually advocating for prostitution. Personally, I don't think that's worth it either. I just say you should, if you really are desperate for sex, get your girlfriend in. That's what I say. But $275,000. It's just, I fucking wish I had $275,000. I really do. There's a lot I could do with $275,000. But let's continue.
Out there, I mean, there's just fucking ton of free porn. So don't waste your dad's money on porn. That's the crux of this video.
This allows individuals to watch whatever acts they want, but at a price. Using his brother's credit card, he browsed through multiple
He's a handsome fella, don't you think? Look at those teeth.
cam models, spending an average of 20 minutes on each one. Yet it was on the 5th of June when forensics discovered he came in contact with a performer who went by the stage name of Sylvie. And over the following 6 months, Grant would spend over $200,000 of his family's money on this one model.
Okay.
$200,000 in 2 months. I want you to think about that math real quick. $200,000 in 2 months' time. Oh my God! Wait a minute. I gotta read this. Him and his dad could be in. Oh yeah, could have broke the bond if he had let him in on what he was doing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. On the same token, though, $200,000 in 2 months. $200,000. I can't get over that. $200,000 in 2 months' time. That's a lot of fucking money. That is a lot of fucking money. Holy Jesus, that's a lot of money. I'm just, I'm at a loss. I'm at a complete loss. Just wow. Just wow. Honestly, 200,000. I'll let Bruce say it.
Definition of the word loser is somebody who would spend $200,000. I mean, you could fucking buy somebody from the Philippines for that. I mean, fucking hey. I mean, for a lot less, actually. Not really advocating that you do that. I just think it's stupid. But it really shows you these are isolated crimes of compulsion, right? I mean, I can't believe he didn't wear his fucking wiener out for $275,000.
Fucking Warren Wiener up for $200,000. Oh my god. Was he cranking it 20 times a day? Could you imagine could you imagine this for a second, even though it's not what he looks like? Could you imagine for 1 second, like his right arm's like this fucking hulking buff arm, and his left arm's like his inky dinky one? He fucking looks like the Charger from Left 4 Dead. There's a cartoon. It's called Left for Law, and they were making fun of it, and they had Elvis go, "Hey, that's the fella that masturbates all day long," and they cut to him. He's like, "Oh." So he's like, I can't get over that. 200,000 2 months. He just, oh god, I'm sorry. Holy fuck, that's too good. Oh god, let's continue.
Of his father's life savings that he had saved up from working as a pharmacist for over 30 years was gone. He had spent $60,000 from his brother's credit card and had also taken a $65,000 loan out on the house.
Oh god, you almost made me spit my tea, RJ. That one was fucking great. He went to the ER because he rubbed his member raw. He rubbed his manhood very raw. And he fucking took a loan of $65,000 on the house. Holy Jesus, Batman. This isn't a teenager. This isn't a 19-year-old or a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. This is a nearly 30-year-old man that did this. Audience members, I want you to think about that for a second. This is a 30-year-old man that did this. A 30-year-old man, a nearly 30-year-old man did this. I just want you to think about that. Holy fuck. Oh. Let's continue. Oh my god.
What a fucking asshole. I mean, fucking A. What are you doing? You know, I mean, that's all he's doing is getting on this site and doing it. But what, you know, and we see this all the time. And whether it's, you know, jerking it like this guy, or if it's drugs or whatever, you see this compulsive behavior all the time.
Family found out. Instead of calling the police, Grant was sent to a behavioral rehabilitation facility for online.
Grant should have been punched in the fucking throat.
And he is, I'm just gonna put it this way: if my mom caught me doing that, my mom would punch me right in the fucking face and spank my ass with a belt. If I spent $200,000 on a fucking cam girl. I'm just saying, like, my mom would do that, and she would have full right to do that. She would have full right to do that, because why the fuck are you spending $200,000 on a virtual girlfriend? She's not even real. She's an actor, a terrible actor at that. Like Steve Harvey puts it, like, have you ever seen a porno before? They're some of the worst acting people on the face of this planet. They ain't. We're looking for the porno star. Ding! It's on the board. Porn. It's on the board. I love that. He's like, have you ever seen a porno flick before? And this guy right here, oh my god, just right there, too good, it's too good. Holy fuck. And then he just like, man, that guy should punch right in the throat. That face right there is a face of disappointment right there. Let's continue.
Porn addiction.
The more we try to run from shame, the stronger it becomes.
Oh, God. Actual promo.
Got back from rehab on January 4th. His father presented him with a 2-page list of rules he was required to follow if he wanted to continue living at home.
Actually, I wouldn't allow him to live at home after he did all that shit. Get the fuck out of my house. I have a relationship. I see you at Easter and Christmas, and until you can demonstrate some level of trust, whether it's heroin or porn or whatever, when you get into these addictive cycles, you cannot trust somebody until...
Oh, God, RJ, I just caught your message. You should have paid that money for Grace instead. Oh, God. The hell's wrong with you, man? The hell is wrong with you? What the hell? What the hell?
I don't think you ever really can. I mean, you have to really be careful. You have to really be careful.
One of the conditions was that he cease all communication with Sylvia immediately, but
Oh my God! Get ready for this. Get ready for this one. You get ready for this.
She loves me. She loves me. Give me a break. And that's these sites like we saw that with Andrew Tate. They prey on these weak people.
Took just 3 weeks for the family to discover that he had broken the contract and reestablished
3 weeks. Big fucking surprise.
contact with the...
Wow, 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That didn't take long. Woo! Woo! Oh my God. Dude. Wow. I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I'm really at a loss for words. Only 7 minutes into an hour, 20-minute long video, and this man... just look at his face, RJ. I just want you to look at him, and I'm gonna wait for your response. I just want you to look at this guy, and you tell me who he reminds you of. I want to know what. Turtle babe, that's funny. I guess you didn't watch the beginning of my stream. Rewind back. Fuck, how long was 37 minutes ago. Rewind back, you'll see my apology. Let's see. Just like, he reminds me of Yami Mash. He legitimately, I don't know why he does, but he just reminds me of Yami Mash, like in his early days. Just that he doesn't have the blonde hair. And also without the talent, probably without the talent, because Lord knows the guy fucking spent $275,000 on a virtual girlfriend. Jesus Christ, on a motorbike. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And RJ, you just let me know who he reminds you of in the comment section, and when I see it, I'll read it out. Let's continue on.
Via Twitter. On January 24th, when Chad Amato got home from work, he reportedly confronted Grant over his disregard, and the two of them got into a heated argument which almost turned into a physical altercation. Grant was then kicked out of the house, and for the first time in his life, he was on his own. Shortly before 9 a.m. the next morning, police received a call from Cody Amato's girlfriend, alerting them that he had failed to show up to work that morning and hadn't responded to multiple phone calls. They arrived at the residence at 9:17 a.m., and once knocks on the front door went unanswered, they were able to gain access with a knife via the back entrance. Chad, Margaret, and Cody Amato were all found lying dead on the floor with gunshot wounds to the head from a 9mm handgun. Grant became the immediate prime suspect.
Ooh. That sucks, honestly. That really sucks. You're like, as much as I'm making fun of it, to be honest, 3 people are dead. 3 people lost their lives because this man couldn't control his addiction to his virtual girlfriend. And it's sad. It really is. You can either watch the apology and believe me or not believe me. It's your choice. I don't force people to think one way or the other. That's so sad, honestly. Like, it's as much as I was having fun earlier with all that, it really is sad to know that 3 people lost their lives over that. And I think they explained how he gets a hold of the 9mm, and I think it was just like his father's pistol, if I'm not mistaken. But anyhow, we will see.
Witness statement from Cody's girlfriend advised police of the confrontation that had occurred the night before, as well as the...
Think about that. His addiction to porn was so fucking bad that he had to kill his family because he was so distraught over not being able to see Sylvie. That is just diabolical, and it's at a level that is just hard to even fathom. Obviously, the death of his family is a symptom of other things, but how could you do that? You know, it's just, you're so gone. I mean, he was just absolutely, he's not there.
Collection of bizarre circumstances that had led to that point. He was traced to a hotel in Orlando.
He's on the floor.
We appreciate that. Some Seminole County detectives want to talk to you, so we're going to get the handcuffs off of you.
Nothing in your pants, correct?
It's just a normal routine when we encounter someone that we want to make sure you're safe. Now we know you don't have any weapons, we'll get those restraints off of you. We're confident you've been cooperative, everything's good, so we appreciate that very much. It goes a long way.
He immediately agreed to accompany them to the police station and sit down for an interview. Reports stated that he wasn't made aware of his family's demise, nor was he advised as to what the purpose of the interview was for. Grant himself didn't once inquire, just reportedly sat silent in the back seat of an unmarked police car, staring out the window for the entire journey to the police station.
Get you another water.
Thank you.
Yep. That was that's sad. It really is. And the man's got no hair either. The man's got no hair on his head. And just like, it's just so sad, honestly. Like the funny part really is like the beginning of the video, and then it just gets worse. Although there's a couple of times where Bruce Rivers is just absolutely hysterical, at least from what I had seen. I haven't fully watched the video, so I don't know how many more funny scenes he has. But it's sad. Because again, like his entire lineage is pretty much dead, and he's from what I understand, from what I looked up afterwards, he's spending the rest of his life behind bars. So realistically, his lineage is, as far as him and his siblings and his parents are concerned, are done. And there's only like I would assume would be the cousins and the aunts and the uncles left over. Which, again, is absolutely sad in my opinion. It really sucks, but I guess it is what it is there. Anyhow, let's continue.
So a lot
Hey,
of these
Ashley, what's
crimes
up?
of compulsion like this are born out of isolation and low self-esteem.
Just real quick, to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I'm reacting to Bruce Rivers, who's a criminal lawyer from Minnesota, and he's doing a reaction to Jim Can't Swim's video of son spends $275,000 of dad's money on a virtual girlfriend. That's the title of the video, and so far we've discovered how he spent the money, where he spent it, who he spent it on, and he's now being investigated for potentially murdering his father and his mother and his brother. So, from what I understand, spoiler alert, I believe he was found guilty of the crimes. But anyhow, let's continue on with the video.
Clearly, right? I've had clients who have done similar things. I mean, not the triple homicide part of it, but, you know, trafficking and whatever, and just seeing prostitutes till no end, and until your ultimate demise. Can I tell you something, guys? There's a woman out there for everybody. Everybody. You don't have to do this shit. You don't have to go online. And if you do, there's plenty of free porn out there. But taking things out on people like this, it just never ceases to amaze me.
Well, he's got a point. At least I think he's got a point. That there's a woman for everyone, for every guy, and there's every guy for every woman. And, well, on and on and on that goes. There's what, like 8.5, 8.6 billion people on this planet? I think. At least that's the last time I heard. I could be wrong. Again, I could be extremely wrong. But that was the last I heard. That was the number of how many people is on planet Earth, which is a mind-blowing number, honestly. It's hard to comprehend. At least in my opinion, it's hard to comprehend there's that many people that live on planet Earth. But, anyhow, let's continue on with the video.
One of the tactics that they use is letting you sit in a room by yourself, hoping you'll make some kind of statement, and they're not really eliciting anything. So what's the first thing when you're in custody and there's an interrogation? It invokes Miranda. You have a right to a lawyer, that kind of thing.
I've heard about stuff like that before, and that's why I said this lawyer is really, really smart. He is someone that is absolutely worth subscribing to learn, because his knowledge pretty much so can be blanketed across the board. Sometimes some laws will vary from state to state, so that's where you want to look up what your state law might be on certain things. But generally across the board, Miranda is applied, and you get which is the Fifth Amendment right, which is the right to not incriminate yourself. Basically, I have the right to remain silent anytime I've been arrested for anything that I'm being accused of, and I can request an attorney at any time to be present with me during any questioning. Which means the lawyer can be there to represent you, and he can be like, I know you're not going to answer this question, or answer that question for you. And obviously, the police aren't allowed to physically beat you into submission to give an answer. Or use devices like they came up with, like they took our telephone, for example, which is really, really fucked up. But anyhow, let's continue. Or not, maybe not.
So you got a what? Coke or anything?
No. I'll hold off on that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Eva.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm here.
Just to restate, he has not been told nor given any insinuation as to why he is sitting inside an interrogation room, and has not once inquired himself.
Hey, we really appreciate you coming up here with us, and any time during this you need to stop and go to the bathroom, want a drink, saying, just let me know, and we'll be happy to take it. My name is Danny Anderson, and I'm a deputy Seminole County Sheriff's Office, as is Eva.
The investigator's initial plan is to establish a friendly connection with the suspect, which can often be a highly effective tactical procedure to elicit a more detailed discourse. Yet on this occasion, something seems to get lost in the endeavor, which you'll just have to see for yourself when the time comes. This is one of the most fascinatingly aggravating interrogations to ever be released into the public domain.
So we just want to talk to you a little bit, and we'll get this in and out, be on our way. Okay? Full name?
My full name is Grant Tiernan Amato.
What is there any special nursing degree, what you do, or?
I have like other certifications, but with that, like I primarily worked in the hospital for I think 5 or 6 years. Well, I was accused of grand theft of the third degree back in June of 2018. There was no evidence ever presented. All the charges were dropped. I had been applying for jobs for the last couple weeks. I'd gotten 3 or 4 callbacks, and then I went on a job interview yesterday for a home infusion nurse job.
What time was your interview yesterday?
It was scheduled for 10. I got there at around 9 in the morning. And then I think we actually had the interview at about.
So if you read what it said there, he said he went there at 9. His interview was at 10. Why would you show up an hour early? And then they did the interview at 9:45. Family was already dead at that point.
Had the interview at about 9.
It's kind of like he's laying the basis for his alibi in that particular sense, which is quite interesting. That sucks to get accused of things you didn't do and then you still get fired anyhow. I've seen that happen to a couple of my coworkers. And it's like, even though I'm like, hey, they didn't do anything, but nothing you can do. Management's like, oh, we already made up our mind, you're fired. And I've also seen people get fired because they were stupid. Like, not going to mention any names, not going to mention where it was. Well, like this one guy I saw, and I was working on a door. Yeah, it was a door. I was working on the door, getting it prepped up and ready to have glass installed into it, and because I hear a door slam, and because I was next to the boss's office, and I look over my shoulder. And I'm like, well, what the hell was that slamming noise? Because while you wear ear protection, you're only allowed to wear one earbud to listen to music, and so that way you can pay attention if there's moving equipment or if there's people coming around the bend or anything like that. You wouldn't get hurt, or someone wouldn't accidentally hit you or anything like that. And if they did, it's because they weren't paying attention. But anyhow. This guy apparently, from what I understand, smoked a fuck ton of weed during break and came back. Apparently did it in the bathroom. I was like, are you fucking stupid? Like, I don't understand why people smoke weed when they're at work. It's just, especially when you work with heavy industrial equipment, it's just so dangerous. I'm like, you're risking other people's lives. And it never made sense to me, but what can you do, honestly? What can you do? But anyhow, let's continue the video.
Fine. How'd that go?
I mean, it was all good. They didn't have anything. They said that they'd probably be getting back to me by Tuesday or Thursday this coming week.
Get you back to work?
Yeah, because...
One of the things that you'll find with people who have a very hardcore addiction, whether it's something like this or whatever, it destroys their lives. And they lie, and it's everybody else's fault, not your own. And then you have very little introspection.
I mean, it's a crappy world when, you don't have any money, you can't do anything, so.
Financially, how's the nursing what you did? I'm sorry, I just don't know that much. She knows a lot more about nursing. The nursing, how does it pay? How does it pay?
I mean, if you work your standard 12 hours a week, you get anywhere between, I'd say, $45,000 and $55,000 a year. So, I mean, it's not bad. I think my best year I made like $55,000. Because I rarely worked overtime.
Right.
When I was because I had the whole plan of going to graduate school, so I was just kind of using it as a stepping stone at that time.
Just to pay the bills to get you where you gotta. Gotcha. And what you were going for, what does that pay?
Nurse anesthesia pays, base like about 150 up to 175.
Now, a nurse anesthetist, they can make a really good money, but keep in mind, he was kicked out of that school.
Okay. High school, where'd you go?
I went to Timber Creek.
How were your grades?
High school and the first 2 years of college, I was A, B, C. I was in honors in the major program for UCF. Girlfriends. I had...
Girlfriends. Well, I have this online Sylvie that she's so fucking hot, and she loves me, but I just never met her in person.
That was that first part I told you about. It's that level of sarcasm I really like about him. If I was ever down in Minnesota and I was in any kind of trouble, I would legitimately go to Bruce Rivers first. Because he's definitely someone I would love to have as a lawyer. Because he's funny and he's smart. And Like I said, very smart guy. Very smart guy. I also love his haircut. I really love his haircut. His haircut looks awesome. And I'm kind of jealous of his beard, to be honest, because he's got a nice beard, and I can't grow jack dilly fucking squat. Like what I have on my face is about as good as it's gonna get, or at least for a while. Maybe when I hit my 40s, I might have a shot at growing a nice beard. But as it stands right now, I get pissed off for a beard, and it sucks because I actually want a beard, because I think it would be fun to have a beard. I don't know why, but I just think it would be fun to have a beard. But anyhow, let's continue.
My high school sweetheart, girlfriend, for about 5 years. And then ever since then, no like official girlfriends, no flings or anything like that.
Dates here and there.
Dates occasionally, but I mean not really. Kind of focused on like just getting through the life goals that I wanted to achieve.
What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to watch anime.
What kind of anime? Hentai? I mean,
what is it? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what it is.
Oh. Damn. Absolutely. Damn. Oh, that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. It is just absolutely horrible. I'm honestly at like a loss of words what to say to that, because it's just like, damn. I personally don't watch anime mostly because I don't, like, other than Attack on Titan, I hadn't really found anything I've been interested in. So it is what it is for me. Let's continue.
I mean,
I thought you said MMA. I'm like, okay, and then when you started explaining to it,
I mean, I guess
I'm like, no.
It's animated. It's like cartoons, I guess you could say, but it's Japanese cartoons. It is in Japanese, and then they subtitle it. Yeah.
You speak Japanese?
I was gonna say, do you understand?
I don't. I understand a few words. We actually just went to me, my brother, and one of my friends.
and my dead dad.
Oh, Jesus.
High school. We went to Japan.
How long have you been out of work?
Holy Jesus on that one, buddy. Holy Jesus.
That's a lot of money for to be out of work.
My brother.
Oh, yeah.
I think the only other game that we really
plays Call of Duty, of course.
was Fortnite, but then that was starting to get
Oh, guys, play Fortnite.
Right now.
Yeah.
The younger
Kids are all over it.
generation.
I have, when I was raising our content genius, Michael Rivers, when I was raising my son, I never let him really play a whole lot of video games. And, and maybe, and I think it stems from the fact that I think you get isolated. I'd rather have you outside playing whatever. And I remember when I was because I love video games. I fucking love video games. And I was in law school, and I played the game Doom so much.
Oh, yeah. Old school Doom, baby.
I had to just break the CD and just get rid of it because it was just taking me away from whatever. And I think people who are just so into isolation, and I'm not going to just say video games, but just so into that isolation, that isolation destroys your life. I had one client contact where he was living at home with his parents. The idea was, and all he did was play video games and smoke weed. That's all he did. And he had this plan to open up a hashish shop in Holland or whatever, Netherlands. The idea was I'll kill my parents and then I'll get the inheritance. How fucking stupid is that? He kills mom, and then dad's coming around the corner, and dad jumps out the window, and dad survives. Well, looks like you're not getting any money, and then he winds up getting life.
Wow. I wanted to hear that story real quick, fully. That's why I didn't say anything, because I wanted you to hear that. That's one hell of a battle plan. That's one hell of a battle plan right there. I'm gonna fucking just shoot my dad and shoot my mom and take the insurance money and start a business about selling weed. You're telling me you couldn't get a loan? I'm just saying. Am I missing something? I hope I'm not missing something, because holy Jesus, Batman. I'm stunned by that. Like, how do I want to start my business? I could, try to apply for a loan. Maybe I could just sell it on the side. Or I could, maybe start another business where I could fund the money into that. Maybe get a job to fund the money into that. Or I could kill my parents, take their insurance money, and start the business. That sounds like a great idea. Fucking killed your parents for start a weed business, and now you're spending the rest of your life behind bars. That's impressive, is all I can say to that. That is really, really, really impressive. And that face again right there, his face is just nothing short of hysterical. It's just like, why are you such an idiot? Like, why? Let's continue.
We have such a fucked up view of reality, and that's what happens here.
And actually, yeah, during the time that I wasn't working as a nurse, I tried to do the whole Twitch streaming thing.
What is that? I'm sorry. No. You have to explain a lot of this to us.
With Twitch, it's you got your mic and then you have your face cam, and then basically people are just watching you play whatever game you're going to say that you're playing.
Okay.
Twitch gaming, building PCs.
On virtual reality, it was primarily just Beat Saber. So it's like a rhythm-based.
So here's my thing: if he's really good into building PCs, right? Like it's saying here. Why didn't he just start building PCs then? Why not take the loan money instead of putting it into your virtual girlfriend? Buy a whole bunch of PC parts, flip them as pre-built PCs for a profit, and then fund some of that profit into your virtual girlfriend. Then, if you really are that desperate for that virtual girlfriend, why not do it that way? What logic was there in shooting your parents and killing them? What was the logic there? Why not hey, I want to because I want to start a PC business. I want to build PCs, flip them, because then I can fund that. I can still do the PC thing. I can make money, and on the side you can Twitch stream it. You could stream yourself building the PCs. You don't have to have an amazing webcam. You don't have to have an amazing microphone. I've got some really nice stuff, yes. But not everything I have is $1 million, and yet I do really good streams. Maybe not the best streams in the world, but they sure as hell entertain people, because I've got a lot of audience members watching right now, and they're dropping likes and sharing the video. So I don't get the logic. It's like, explain that one to me. Legitimately, explain that one to me. It's just it really makes no sense. Because then why? Just why? What's the point? It just makes no sense. I don't think it makes any sense to me. But that's just me though. Anyhow, let's continue on with the video.
Like Guitar Hero. Apart from that, we really didn't get into too many other games yet, because we were kind of just focused on Beat Saber. But I think we had downloaded a few other where it's just like you're going through a world and you can interact with the world or something like that.
How about interacting with the world? I mean, and I know that's popular, and it's popular to do Twitch and the gaming and all that kind of stuff. But get the hell out there. That can't be just your life.
Brother Cody, let's talk about Cody.
Oh, yeah. Me and Cody.
Who's older, you or him?
I'm going to say this is the highest I've actually got. There's one live stream. That was the highest one I ever got, was the one that I did on Review Tech USA. That was the one where you randomly showed up. RJ, I'm talking to you. Not calling you out, I'm just talking to you real quick. When you showed up and you showed us the JKB thing, that was the one that pulled a ton of views. That was the one that got like 20 views in a span of less than 1 minute, and it lasted for about 3 minutes. And then it died back down to like 6 or 7 people watching, which I kind of wonder if it was botted. But personally, that's the one that's gotten the highest out of all of them. That, I think, like the first or second drumming stream also got a lot of people's attention. A lot of people were chatting. But yeah, that was really fucking crazy. That I'm still in utter disbelief, honestly, because like part of me still really doesn't want to believe it. But I'm like, he said it. He straight up said it. It came from New York. I mean, why would he lie? It would make no sense to lie like that, because like that would ruin his credibility and fuck his career up. So I don't know, brother. It's just mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But anyhow, I'm going to I think I'm going to go ahead and let it continue playing.
29, he's 31. My oldest brother Jason is 35 or 36 now.
Oh, so he has an older brother.
We decided to go to nursing school together. We decided to go to the nurse anesthesia school together. But a lot of people thought that it was weird because we did everything together and because we were so.
That is right. I forgot about that. So, real quick, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is turned on, because I am going to be doing an election live stream, and we're going to go over the numbers to see who wins the election. We're going to talk about the key battleground states. I'm going to look over, if RJ wants to join, that would be great. We're going to look over the policies between the two candidates and talk about what we like and don't like. If some other people come on and want to debate it, that would be as great as well. If you want to come on that to debate, hit up the Patreon or hit up my Streamlabs. If you donate enough, I might just let you in on it, because I'm always down to hear other people's political opinions and beliefs. I believe in freedom of political opinion without oppression or fear of retribution. That's just how I am. But with that being said, let's go ahead and keep this video on rolling.
But yeah, I mean,
a lot of people understand the bond of brothers, though.
Yeah.
The true bond if you're close to you.
And I mean, during like this whole time, I mean, kind of like with just a few examples I've given you, he'd take care of everything.
Always there for you.
Yeah.
So we're 45 minutes into the interview. They haven't talked one bit about why they're there, and he's just calm, cool, and collected. They're talking about his life. You would think that he would say, okay, enough about me. Why the fuck are we?
Yeah, if I can start it early, I would like to start at 6 p.m. Probably the latest you'll see is either 8 or 9 p.m. But just depending on what happens that day. But I personally, I'm going to make sure that live stream happens, because I really would love to go over that and just see what happens. That's just something I would love to do. But anyhow, as he was talking about, as Bruce was talking about in the video, you're 45 minutes into the interview, and like you've not once discussed why you're there. Like, yeah, that's what I was saying. Probably about 8, so that way I can hit it when the polls are closing. What was it? What was I saying? Oh, yes. So as I was talking about with the video, he's sitting there, and he's yet to say anything about or ask questions like, "Hey, why am I being detained? What am I doing here? Am I being charged with anything? Like, I want a lawyer." No, he's sitting there, he's having a casual conversation. I'm like, brother, yeah, I might want to start asking some questions. But of course, he doesn't want to ask any questions. Don't know why, but he doesn't want to. I guess I don't know. I assume he's just gonna try to like talk himself out of the danger. Trust me, he's not DSP. He's smarter and he's more handsome than DSP, just by a long shot. I'm just saying.
At some point.
Always there to support you.
Always there. Yeah, did everything together, connected at the hip.
And ever any issues really with him?
No, like I was saying, during this last 6 months, it had been a very trying time. He would like have his moments where he would get extremely upset. Like you know, he never gets violent, I guess you could say. But like at one point he got so upset that he like pushed a cabinet and then it like dented into the wall. Yeah, I mean, at least with me, he's always been like where he's there for me. Like whatever it takes, regardless of what's happening, I'm gonna take care of it for you.
What about your mom?
My mom has
It must have been a bizarre sight for the detectives to witness when a man who had just allegedly shot his mother in the back of the head gave a reminiscent smile when she was brought up in the discussion.
She's always been the it's kind of like Cody. She's always been the one that focused on me. And
well, let's just say there was a lot to fucking focus on.
Oh boy. So the mother was always there for him / stuck up for him. That's I suppose that's not always a healthy relationship. I can't say for certain, like I said, I'm not a parent of any kid. But it's just I can just guess from this particular situation, the fact that the mother, father, and one of his brothers is dead, that well, yeah, obviously it wasn't that good of a situation. And I apologize for the yawning. I'm a little bit exhausted. Let's continue.
Were you the baby? You were truly the family baby?
For my mom. Yeah.
Okay.
For my mom.
Mom's favorite?
Yeah. You know, countless times my dad would like come up to me and he'd make like me feel like he'd try and use things and word things to make me feel guilty so that I would.
Yeah, son, I really hate that you spent $275,000 on a fake girlfriend. And now I got nothing to retire on?
You know.
Well, see, it's not only just not to retire on, but if you remember back at the beginning of the video, he took a $65,000 loan on the house, which meant, which honestly means that he fucking spent, which means the father now has to not only repay the $65,000, and I'm guessing based upon interest, he's probably gonna pay more than that. He's probably looking at about roughly about $75,000. Honestly. Apologies, 1 second, I'm responding to a message. But anyhow, it's just absolutely, I am just like completely and utterly shocked by it. I just am. I'm just shocked by it, really. Well, it's just, again, I don't understand it. Legitimately, I do not understand it. But anyhow, let's go ahead and continue the video.
Everything that I can, like get a job.
Almost like a motivation.
Right. And he'd tell me time and time again that, you know, you're her favorite. I mean, she would do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't need to hear that. I mean, that's not what would motivate me.
Sure.
But no, with Mom, I think we yelled at each other a grand total of like 3 or 4 times my whole life. Never any issues. I mean, it was always, like, if there was somebody that I could talk to and, like, Cody wasn't available, I'd always talk to my mom. I'd always let her know what's going on.
Now, in characterizing all 3 relationships, guess what he's doing unwittingly? He's taking any kind of confrontation or justification. Well, it couldn't be a justification for triple homicide necessarily, but he's taking, you know, anything like that out of it.
Basically, another way to understand it is that oh yeah, he's absolutely just it's really not good, honestly. Not only that, but if you go back to what Bruce was talking about, he really is taking out any sort of plausible deniability. He really is making it to where he honestly wouldn't be able to get himself, like, he's basically cornered himself. He is essentially cornered himself at this point. He has no way of getting out of it. He just really, in my opinion, screwed himself. He really did. But anyhow, let's continue.
Yeah, I mean, she would help me out through anything.
Okay. Tell me about Dad.
Dad,
What does he do?
Dad's a pharmacist. He works for CVS. He's been a pharmacist for, I think, 35 years or so. My dad was a
And I spent every fucking dollar he had.
very...
Right back to it. It's just, like, you're not gonna get away from that. You spent fucking $275. You spent all your dad's fucking money plus a loan. Again, going back to the fact that he spent a loan. He literally took a loan on his dad's house to pay for his girlfriend. And no, not start a business up. No, not fucking trying to make his life better. No, you spent that money on his freaking virtual girlfriend. I just want you to think about that, audience members, real quick. I want you to think about that. $275,000 on a virtual girlfriend. If I do that, if any of you who are my friends in the chat right now, if I ever get to that point that I'm spending $275,000 on a virtual girlfriend that I will never meet, you have the right to come down to where I live, take all my devices away from me, and slap some sense into me. You have the right, because I have clearly lost my ever-loving mind. Because holy Jesus. Holy Jesus. Let's continue.
Like, angry, violent type person.
Overbearing,
you know, like baseball.
Gee, he's overbearing. You know what? It's funny because he's the victim in that, right? And I'm sure that's how he sees it.
Practice, it'd be like 4 or 5 hours, and he's hurling the ball as fast as an adult can, and we're like 7th to 8th grade trying to catch this stuff.
Belittle you?
He would belittle me when I was younger. The problem, I guess, was that I was always like the jokester, the one that could calm everybody down, make everybody smile. If it was a heated situation, I could say a joke or something, and then make everybody kind of move past it. And I was just in the point where it's like, you know, I'm hearing, you know, all this stuff from Dad. I'm seeing how much Cody's helping me. You know, Mom's stressed out with her job. And it's like, I'm not doing anything.
When's the last time your dad put his hands on you?
The last time my dad put his hands on me would be...
A lot of times the technique is to ask questions you already know the answer to trap the person or to see about the truthfulness of the interviewee's candor.
I'd say kind of the middle of December of 2018.
What happened?
It's because, with all the money that had been getting spent and...
Just to be clear, the cam model has not yet been brought up in the discussion. The money being spent, in this context, would simply be his living expenses.
So if you look at the interview time, it says 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 40 seconds. They've been sitting there for a little bit over an hour, and the cam model has not been brought up once. And it's just like, you think you'd bring that up eventually, like you would bring that into the story, because you would want. I'm not giving any sort of legal advice, so don't take this as legal advice. Any of you audience members, don't take it as legal advice. But you would think, if you were in his boat, you would want to bring that up and talk about how your father hated, because you would want to paint this sort of picture that he was abusing you, and this is why you were doing the cam stuff, because you felt like it gave you an outlet for the abuse. Like, you would think he would try something like that, because at least wise you could try some kind of plausible deniability for murder. Like, just like, I made a mistake. Well, that's not really a mistake when you fucking kill 3 people. That's not really a mistake. A mistake's like accidentally painting part of the wall, like a wall, red and the other part's blue, and you forgot to put the tape over the red, so now the blue's like splashed onto the red, and it's making this weird, trippy purple color that doesn't look good. Like, so I'm just saying, like, you would think he would try different stuff, but no, he's really not. And we've been streaming for well over an hour, and it's been fantastic so far. I appreciate everyone who's been watching. I am going to take a quick pee break, so we will be back with more content in a moment. ladies and gentlemen, I am back. So, I think we should go ahead and, before I continue any further, for those of you who may have just joined on and don't necessarily know what happened, and may have seen the drama all over my Twitter, I recently had a falling out with the Ravencast, and particularly with the owner. And at the start of it, I gave my apologies for how I acted. And I stand by them. I legitimately am sorry for how I acted. But anyhow, so that way you know. And if you want to know any extra information, you can read everything I've posted there and everyone else has posted, or you can start back at the beginning of this live stream over an hour ago. But we're going to continue on where we left off with the video. I'm going to get some extra tea. I've got some water. I get some extra tea so now I can keep the caffeine rolling. The water, obviously, to be hydrated. And we're going to continue on with the video. Put this down. If you want to be featured on an episode of Epic or Trash, consider donating to my Streamlabs, which is linked below. Or, let's see here. I'll go ahead and pull it right now and drop it in chat. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. How's everyone enjoying the episode so far? How does everyone feel about the situation? Like, for me, it's like the whole thing is just fucked up. It is so fucked up. And it's like, to me, and honestly, in my opinion, it's only getting worse. It is only getting worse. Let me... That is cool. But, I'm going to bring you down, close you off. And now we're going to open up chat. We're going to... Sorry about that. Let's see. I'm posting in chat. I would say so far it's a epic video just because of how well it's being covered, but this person, like you say, RJ, is absolutely fucking trash human being. So if you want to give me a tip, if you want to tip me or donate, whichever way you want to phrase it, I would appreciate that, absolutely. You do not have to. You can join the Patreon if you want to. I would appreciate it. Again, you do not have to join the Patreon, but if you want to, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a link to do so. Take me back home. I do not care about that. There we go. Sorry, Patreon's being a little stupid at the moment. That's fine. There you go. So, like I said, check it out if you want to, and we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna continue from where we left off on the video. Or not, because I forgot that the music was playing.
It's a mix of everything that I've been saying, just kind of boiling up in him. And the fact that to him, it seemed like I wasn't concerned about it. So, and then plus I wasn't acting like myself with the jovialness and, all that kind of stuff. My father chose to admit me to a depression or an addiction clinic or something like that in Fort Lauderdale called Cornerstone.
Addiction for what? I mean, when you're telling this story to somebody else, he's really leaving out this whole porn addiction and the fake girlfriend. One of the things that's very, very difficult for people, especially people accused of a sexual, type of offense, is that they don't really want to be forthcoming about that because it's embarrassing.
When was that?
Right. Well, it was like, but he's not being accused of any sexual crimes, at least not to my knowledge. However, Bruce is right. A lot of people tend to not be forthcoming. I guess I must be the odd man fucking out, because I was. Not only what I was, but I was pretty bold about the fact that I didn't do it, because I didn't do it. The evidence was very clear I didn't do it. But, man, you just never know with people. You just never know. And let's continue the video.
Was December 22nd.
Okay.
Until I think January 4th.
Did you agree to go?
I didn't, but they said that, this was your only...
Who said?
My dad.
Okay.
And that was in Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, yeah.
Did your mom agree with it?
Again, we're in Florida.
My mom and my brother both agreed, but it was my dad who was like the iron fist, like, this is what's going to happen. Like, he can't...
Why did he say you needed to go? What was his reasoning?
Because with the way that I was acting, he didn't see that I was doing anything for, like, the positive.
That doesn't make sense. So he's going to kick you out and send you to fucking treatment because you're just not acting positive? So...
That is, audience members, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about that? Just, because I don't know what to say to that one. I legitimately don't know what to say to that one. I just, I don't know what to say to that. You're gonna kick me out because I ain't being positive. I don't think I've ever heard of any situation where that happened. Like, with anyone that I've known from any parents that I've known. Like, you're not being positive enough. I'm going to kick you out of your house. Get the hell out and hit the road, damn it. I can't think of any stories. So, to me, that doesn't make sense. Why are you not forthcoming with the fact that, hey, I was spending my money on an addiction to a cam website? Like, why? Like, it's just, I don't know why. It makes no sense to me.
But this is how he sees it, I mean, obviously he's masking the porn addiction thing because it's embarrassing and it is whatever, and he's presenting himself in a light most favorable to himself, clearly. But when you really just listen to it, what he's saying just doesn't make sense.
And a lot of it just came back to money with him. He would like allow me to spend money that he had, like with his credit card or something like that. But it's like then whenever I did, it was like a huge problem.
Okay, so you had one of his credit cards.
275,000 problems that he gave his father.
Right back to that. Right back to the $275,000. Unbelievable. I just still am, my mind is blown at that. Let's see. It's mind blown. In case you're wondering, I'm reading a notification. One of my passwords got compromised, so I'm gonna have to fix that after I'm done with the live stream. That's fine. It ain't my first time. I'm usually used to having to reset passwords with stuff all the time because to be honest, like my personal information got compromised in an insurance breach, and I gotta reach out to the corporation tomorrow and get that fixed, so that way I don't accidentally find myself in a really, really bad situation. But anyhow, let's continue.
Yeah. And what were you buying with it?
Well, what I was doing is over the past 4 months or something like that. I've been talking to this woman online.
Who's she?
She's as embarrassing as it is. She's a cam model.
A what?
A cam model. Do
All right.
either of you guys know what that?
Nope. Just like all the videos, you have to tell us.
A cam model, it's like it's like a virtual girlfriend, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the money went to her.
Okay. Where's she at?
She lives in Bulgaria.
She lives in Bulgaria.
Jesus Christ. Lives in Bulgaria. RJ, you heard that one? If you're still listening, I hope you heard that one. She lives in Bulgaria. Oh my God. Oh my God. God, I wish I could play it. I wish I bought her to bring up the Discord soundboard because I could be like, dumbass, you're a dumbass. You're a grade A, #1, bona fide, first class. You're a dumbass, and you're a dumbass, and you'll be one all your dumbass life. I need to figure out a way to set up a soundboard like that, just so I can play that, because, oh my God, that's a dumbass. You're a dumbass if you're spending $275,000 on a woman that lives in fucking Bulgaria. Probably had a bulge too. Oh, that's great. Oh God, that's fucking hysterical. Oh, fuck. Oh, you do good. Fucking hysterical. Fucking 200,000 on a woman in Bulgaria. That's just. Oh, excuse me, 275,000 with 65,000 being a loan to a woman in Bulgaria. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's too good. Oh, that is too good. Oh. You can't make this shit up, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't. I don't think there's any kind of fictional writing that could possibly beat that. That is $275,000 on a woman from Bulgaria. That's fucking great. Let's continue. I think that speaks for itself.
And so we have plans to meet up in Bloomington, Illinois. You know, so we're an hour and 10 minutes into it, and finally he's mentioning his sweetheart in Bulgaria.
Where?
Bulgaria?
Where's that?
Over in Europe. It's like outside
Eastern
Germany.
Okay.
Something like that.
You ever been there?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that serious.
So what would you give her money for?
Just for like the time online with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like that type of thing.
And what did she charge?
$600 for like 5,000 or something tokens or something like that.
So this is the shit that
$600. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh God. $600. Oh my God. Well, if you fall asleep listening to my live stream, I appreciate it because it means at least somebody enjoys listening to my voice when they sleep. But oh God, fucking $600 per session. Oh God, oh my God. Dumbass, you're a dumbass. You're a grade A #1 bona fide for $600 is paying us to me. fucking hysterical, RJ. You are fucking hysterical. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm just at a fucking... what the fuck? Well, maybe just, I don't think there's any way to reason it, but let's continue.
Kate does, with the cam models and the webcam and that kind of crap, preying on losers. And let me tell you something. If you're one of those guys, you're not a loser. Go get your fucking haircut. Get a new shirt. Smell good. All of a sudden, get upwardly mobile. Find a woman. There's a woman out there for everybody. You shouldn't be doing this, honestly.
And then it was 4 hours a night.
So it's $600. It translates to 5,000 tokens. Oh, you're making about 8,000 a week. You can totally join my Patreon. I think I made about 8,000 in 4 months' time when I was working at my last job. Let's see. So it's $600 for 4 hours. How's the math break down to that? That's about what? It's not $200 per. About what? $150 per hour? Is about what that breaks down to. Maybe I'm a little bit off, but I think that's about what it breaks down to. About $150 per hour, which is fucking unbelievable that you were spending that much money on a woman from Bulgaria. Trying to retire early, fully understandable with the retiring early, especially given the current state of everything. I don't blame you whatsoever. Trying to do what like my grandparents did a long time ago, but just oh my God, $600, 4 hours, and he did that, and so he racked up. So how much was he? So he spent $275,000, 200 of it in 2 months' time. So I'm not good at math. So if anyone wants to do the math in the chat, feel free to, because honestly, I would love to see what that math breaks down to, like how many times per day was he on the phone with, or like how many hours per day was he on the phone with her to have spent $200,000 in 2 months' time. That is unbelievable. Let's continue.
And that's basically just where all the costs went to, was you pay real money for the tokens, then you use the company's digital currency for that.
So you do that, and when did you meet her?
I met her at the beginning of July. Yeah, at the very beginning of July.
Okay, and still talking to her?
Still, yeah. I mean, more just on Twitter, just through direct messaging. Again, cell phone service doesn't work.
Because I can't afford it now, because I went through all my dad's savings, went through all the credit cards of my brother, and I just don't have the means to keep my virtual girlfriend online.
Doesn't work, so it's like I can't.
So my question is, how the hell did he get a hotel room? What did he get the hotel room on? What did he use? That's my question. And then it's just, holy, I can't get over the fucking $600 per session. Like, that's per session. I'm mind blown. This is why I call bullshit. That's over $3,000 he's spending per day. Holy fucking Jesus. $3,000 a day. Motherfucker, I want $3,000 a day. I would love that. That would be fucking great if I could make $3,000 a day. Yeah, I would be set for life if I did that. Holy fuck, I bet that lady fucking loved the shit out of him for real, because she was fucking milking his ass like a low cow. she would fucking milking his ass like a damn low-cow. Like, she was milking him. She was milking him the same way that Keemstar fucking milks Boogie lying about cancer every day. He cranked it at least 5 to 6 times a day. So 5 to 6 times a day, he got on his phone. Like, let me get this straight. So the way the story is spending so far is that he spent $200,000, about $3,000 a day in 2 months' time. $200,000. He would have to spend about $3,000 a day, and he would have done it in a period of 5 to 6 times per day on the phone, just beating himself off. And you were expecting your father to not be like, what the fuck? If I was your dad, I would be like, what the fuck? I'd spank you. You're in your 30s and I'd spank you. Because like no son of mine's going to be doing that. And then top that on the fact that he took a loan on the house to continue doing so. Because remember, it was $200,000 in 2 months' time. Then it was another $10,000 in a month's time. Then he took a loan on the house for another $65,000 to top on that. And I guarantee you, he paid interest on it as well. So I'm sure the dad totaled it somewhere around about $300,000. His entire life savings and then some for a fake girlfriend. That is like that. That's like a storyline I hear from a fucking horrible Darman video, and it's crazy that it's real life too. It's really fucking crazy. Holy Jesus! Let's continue.
The chatting like
How much do you think you spent on this? Because it seems kind of pricey.
Yeah, probably close to like $200,000, I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
And where'd the money come from?
Money came from me, my brother, and then my dad.
Did they know where the money was going to?
They didn't know that it was going to a cam model. I was.
This stuff happens slowly at first. You know, it's sort of like somebody who steals. You know, I'm going to steal $10 and I'll put it back later, and then all of a sudden I'll just take another, and all of a sudden before you know it, they've stolen a lot of money. This didn't happen quickly at first, but it just, snowballed. I guarantee you, that's exactly how it happened.
Saying that it was going towards
it fucking snowballed over time.
Like advertising, like putting my name out there and that type of thing. So I guess to like bring it all back with why I was brought to Cornerstone, it was a mix of all of those things. It's like he felt like, he felt like
you need to be grounded.
Yeah. And so then I was there.
So I again lost for words. I had a total loss for words. He spent about, again, going to RJ's math, and as we figured out, is $600 for 4 hours. He spent roughly about $3,000 a day in order to do $200,000 per month, which meant, like, I feel like he is not adding up the math. Like, I feel like he spent more than $600 per session. I guarantee he spent more than $600 per session in order to make it to that $3,000. That's so much money. That's so much money. Like, that may be pennies on the dollar for fucking Game News USA, but for someone like me, that's that's about half of what the house I live in is currently worth. That's about half. So, holy shit. That'd be like taking a mortgage on my fucking house. unbelievable. I'm legitimately at a loss for words. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
I spoke to like the therapist and psychiatrist and all that stuff. I didn't need any medications for anything. They had analyzed it as, this is an isolated event. You've been out of work. You have this PTSD.
$200,000 on webcam models is not an isolated event, but notice how he kind of puts the professionals on his side of things. You know, the lens that he sees everything through is a narcissistic lens.
From the whole getting arrested thing, and I mean, the last thing on my record was, I think, a speeding ticket back when I was at UCF. They had signed me up, I think, to be there for 60 days, but then I was only there until January 4th. So
who paid for that?
My brother, Cody.
What was the cost of that? You know,
$15,000.
So their final diagnosis.
Woo! $15,000 for treatment, out of pocket. Ooh, I fucking woo. So I was right on the math. I was right. It was about $300,000. Well, 10 grand shy of 300,000. I was thinking that 80. Yeah, I'm right. 10 grand shy of $300,000 total is what it cost him. Ooh, just ooh. Oh my God! Oh my God! Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. I am left at a loss for words. Be that honest with you, I have. Let's continue.
Was what?
That I was fine. That
didn't need to be there.
Oh, I'm fine. I got no problems. You know, when all of a sudden your behavior is affecting your relationship with everybody around you, I mean, you rip off your brother to the tune of $60,000 and your dad to the tune of over $200,000. You don't think that's a fucking problem? And then treatment on top of that, $15,000. Of course, it's a problem, but he doesn't have a problem, and there are 3 people that are dead.
Yeah. That I was fine. I told him all about my living.
So that explains the math completely. So he ripped off the $60,000 from the mortgage from his brother. He stole the $200,000 from his father, and then they had to pay another $15,000 out of pocket. So that's why it adds up to that. But I guarantee you, there's interest that would have had to have been paid on that $60,000. So I'm still thinking it was around $300,000, and that's a lot of fucking money to have been spent. Just wow. I'm at a loss for words. Let's continue.
Situation and how it had been stressful, and then it got better, and then now it's just stressful again. But they had all just said that it was just this isolated event.
Situational PTSD from.
Right. When I got back, that's where my dad started to get really kind of overbearing. And I mean, rightfully so. I know what I did. But it's like with him, it was every single day, hours a day. Hours a day. He'd come home from work, and then he would just talk to me just about the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over again.
God, it must have been so horrible for him to just hear about how shitty it is to have an online girlfriend when she really loved him.
When was the last time that you and your dad did have, a heated conversation?
It would be Thursday, because one of his rules was that I wasn't allowed to talk to the woman anymore that I had been talking to. But I guess you could say behind the scenes, my mom would let me talk to her through her cell phone using Twitter.
What?
And anyways, on Thursday, he had apparently found out that I was speaking to her again. It wasn't really my intention to continue talking to this woman, but it just kind of happened. And then because there was like that emotion.
Why was the mom? Why? Why did the mom let him do that? I don't understand that. I don't understand why the mom would let him continue talking to her. Like, it's so much money, and it's caused a lot of problems. I get it. I get that you want to support your son and all, but it's just I just don't see the benefit, because then what was the point of sending him to the rehab if you weren't gonna help kick his addiction then? What was the point? Like, that 15 grand was then wasted, honestly. So I just make it make sense, chat. Make it make sense. That's all I can say. And I love how he's like trying to like skirt around that he was going to quit when he obviously had no intentions of quitting, because it's pretty obvious why. Let's just continue on.
Connection, I guess you could say, between her and me. Like, I like, you know, it felt like a relationship. You know, I didn't want to just stop cold turkey on it.
Well, yeah, you might offend her, you know, if she just all of a sudden, you know, she would think, oh, he doesn't like me. Oh, wait a second. She's manipulating you.
So Thursday, you're home all day.
Yes.
With your mom. She works at home.
Correct, yeah.
Your dad's at work. What's his normal work hours?
He works until...
So you see how they start from the edges and then work their way in and sort of get him to lay everything out, you know, so he doesn't have much wiggle room. It's pretty effective.
I think he had to go in early that day because he had to start.
And the interview's been going on for 1 hour and 26 minutes.
He normally works though from like 5 or 6 in the morning to, I think he gets home between like 5:30 and 6 at night or something like that.
What time did you get home that day?
He got home at like 5:30, and then he came in and then he asked me in a calmer state, I guess you could say, like basically the leading question of, you know, why do you think we're about to have this conversation? Giving me, I guess, that opportunity to be honest and truthful, to maybe tone it down a little bit. I, of course, did what I always did, where I kind of didn't admit to it. And then...
Addicts lie constantly. And it's frustrating because, especially if you're a father like this, you know, you want to believe in your son. You want tomorrow to be a better day than today for them. And so you believe what they say, but it's just so fucking frustrating because you know they're lying to you. And you know, this is money and a porn addiction and whatever. So it's not like his life is in jeopardy, like drugs. But still, it's trust, it's compulsion, and he's screwing up his life really, and not being moving forward. You think you're behind?
Well, that is just mind blowing, honestly. Absolutely mind blowing. It just really shows you how twisted his logic really is. That he's skirting around the truth so much that he's legitimately trying to get around it as much as he possibly can. And it's fucked up, honestly. It really is fucked up. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it to an end here because it is past the time that I've been able to stream. I am gonna pick it up where we left off tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow night, if not Wednesday night, and we'll pick it up like I said, when we left off, and we're gonna finish reacting to this video. I am going to have some other episodes of, like I said, the Halloween content's coming soon. Going to be some epic drum covers coming out. Hopefully I'll have the first one out tomorrow. And I'm going to leave it as a surprise. But there's going to be tons of fun content coming soon. So I hope everyone has enjoyed the content. Until next time, this is AJ Timms of the Den of Tims. Signing out for now. Good night, everyone.